right, welcome to Too Punk to Be a Podcast. The podcast is not a podcast. This is just our bonus content for you, the members of the Punk Hardcore Crossover Crib Facebook group. You know how to do that. So, we got a lot going on. As y'all know, of course, joining me as always, we got the founding father, Jose Gonzalez.
Hello. Hope everyone's doing well.
And we got legendary Nick Brown as always. I didn't come up with any funny intros today. Sorry, guys.
The star of the show, Mr. Nick Brown.
I usually have funny intros or something, but for some reason I don't have any. So deal with it. All right. Well, wow, a lot to go through, man. So when Nick wasn't here, what we were supposed to do and what we're gonna do today, sellouts. What makes a band a sellout is what I'm gonna call it, so to speak. But before we get to that, a lot of passings, a lot of things happening. My goodness, it wouldn't stop. So we almost would have to do a show of just that.
Yeah.
But, we're not gonna. We're gonna try to do both things at once. So first off, today, I mean, just now, just right before we jumped on earlier, I found out. I think it was on my drive home, riding home from work, and we found out Dennis Thompson from the MC5, the last remaining original member of the MC5, passed away today.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the last one. That's it.
Known as the Machine Gun Man.
Yeah.
His aggressive drumming. He died Thursday, today, at a long-term care facility, apparently. He was 75. I guess he had health issues to begin with, seems like. But
still really young, 75, especially today's age.
Yeah. So the last member of the MC5 has passed on from us, man. Well, quite a drummer for sure. Jose, you're the drummer guy. A big influence for you?
He's one of my favorites. I don't want to give too much away because I at some point want to do favorite drummers, right?
Very true.
But he's an influence as far as heavy hitters go. So
yeah,
him, people like Dave Grohl who just beat the shit out of their kids.
Yeah.
Love that. And yeah, I'm a huge MC5 fan, obviously. If you were to ask me Stooges or MC5, really hard to pick, but obviously a little more leniency on the Stooges, right? Because they're the Stooges.
Yeah, totally.
But don't sleep on MC5, man.
More towards MC5.
It's very hard, yeah, because Kick Out the Jams, I mean, alone is like...
Motherfucker!
Yeah, exactly, motherfuckers! Yeah. Ramblin'
Sisters,
Rose.
It's time for a revolution.
Oh, Ramblin' Rose, man. Oh!
Definitely.
But then Funhouse.
Love the MC5, man. Crazy stuff. Not a single member left, so very sadly.
Yeah.
Because
one of the founding fathers of punk rock, obviously.
The guitar player, Brother Wayne or whatever his name was, I think he just passed not too long ago.
Yeah.
That wasn't a...
Was it Wayne Kramer?
Yeah.
Okay. Wayne Kramer, yeah.
Yeah, he that wasn't all that long ago either.
Yeah.
Which I might tie into some of my story later on.
Great.
In this.
Wonderful.
Wink, wink.
So, apart from that, of course, yesterday was huge, massive news that Steve Albini had passed away of a heart attack at 61.
Yeah.
His discography is too lengthy to even try to name, you know. Cheap Trick, Nirvana, Jesus Lizard, Helmet, Pixies, PJ Harvey. You fucking name it. It took a while to scroll down.
Like a 6-month thing on this.
Yeah. It took a while to scroll through his shit. It's just so goddamn long. I was listening to Big Black, and I put that if you listen to Kitty Empire and Kashmir versus Kashmir S. Pulaski Day, I think Marilyn Manson got his entire sound from those two songs.
Yeah. Rape Man.
Ooh,
you know, I don't like to use that word lightly, but Rape Man's underrated. I don't know if you got a chance to listen to that.
I did not. I saved it on YouTube because, of course, it's the only place you'll find it. And I didn't
really good.
Heavy
fucking shit, but it's good. Heavy stuff.
Cheap Trick. I mean, he wasn't. I like my Cheap Trick live. When I listen to their stuff, I like to listen to bootlegs and live stuff because I find the albums were weak.
I disagree.
I don't like his production on Cheap Trick. I don't think he quite captured what they are as a band on album. He just didn't. Not compared, especially when we go listen to it live when they're just crushing it on all areas. And I don't know. Some about the albums are just missing the heart. But question sometimes.
Dude's worked over 1,000 albums.
Yes,
a lot. Yeah, I mean,
yes,
in Utero alone, right?
Yeah. I was gonna bring that one up too because I remember in Utero at the time people didn't like it that much, so So hey, controversial producer and sometimes, but also an absolute genius. He worked on shit I absolutely love, like especially Jesus Lizard. All his stuff on Jesus Lizard.
Yeah,
is my
Jesus Lizard's
favorite.
great. Yeah, really good stuff.
Of course, like I said, Big Black, Shellac, all that stuff. His own music. I'm probably a bigger fan of his music than I am of most of the stuff he produced.
Well, it's he had that fucking word producer.
Yeah,
He was just like,
Yeah,
I'm
music
a fucking
engineer.
tool in the studio.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
He's a great
Yeah.
engineer, as Jose said. He's a
Yeah,
master of an engineer. He can
musical
mic a
He didn't want
drum
engineer.
like
any
a
fucking.
motherfucker.
He didn't want any royalties or anything like that. It was
Exactly.
just like,
Right?
just
Mad,
pay me
mad
for
respect
what
for
I'm
that.
doing right now. And Sabaske, that's it.
Yep.
Mad respect for that. Yeah, no royalties. He
Yep.
refused it.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely.
We could do
Obviously against.
hours on Steve Albini.
Yeah.
I could do
Well,
hours
let's
on him.
let me put this out. It's Steve Albini is not the first sellout because he's actually doing his shit. Just
Oh no,
for
I
the
don't
love of
feel
music.
he sold out ever at all. He never sold
No,
out, man. I don't
he
think.
he he died being pro analog and anti digital
Yep.
to the death. Literally. I mean.
No, and he has said a whole bunch of bad shit to fucking people that he went and back in
Oh
the
yeah.
day and was like,
Well, I don't think it's wrong to
yo,
learn from your mistakes. I mean, he said some shit he regretted and said, "Hey, I regret that. Sorry."
Yeah.
What the fuck else can you do?
my bad.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, as
it's
long as
just
you
my
mean it,
bad.
it's okay. I feel like it's okay to learn from being, fucking 20
There's
or
some
however old he was to when he's way older and 40 or 50. He was like, oh, that was kind of fucking stupid.
I feel like there's something to say about a guy who, in his days, a Big Black. They all paid for their tours. They all paid for their merch. They printed their own shit. They produced their own records, even though there's only 2 Big Black albums. They funded all their stuff, and they did not sign a single contract. I don't know if you guys knew that, but
Yeah.
I had that in my notes. They refused, especially Steve, refused to sign anything.
Yep.
Any legalities were out the door. He was like, "I'm gonna do my own shit," and he did that till he died.
So I think this is kind of leading up into the conversation of the evening.
Sure. I want
What
to
is this-
quickly mention also, just to be fair to Gary Floyd of the Dicks. Also, I didn't want to leave him out. He died of health issues. It says at 71 from a big guy in the Texas, Austin hardcore scene. For gay punks and stuff, he was a big deal. He mattered to a lot of people there and stuff. So don't want to leave him out because he deserves a mention. Big fan of that guy. I got a bunch of his CDs from the Alternative Tentacles and stuff. So.
Openly
Oh,
gay
nice.
from the beginning. At a time where you could get you get killed for saying you were homosexual, lesbian
In Texas,
queer.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely. In the 70s, 80s, I mean, forget about it. Your career was over, but he was very open about it, and I
He's
think
a big
that's why
gay
he's
dude doing drag. They're like the hardest band
exactly
ever. Like as hardcore as they were in 1980 is insane. They were hard as fuck.
bluesy as shit too, right? They were
Yeah.
bluesy as fuck. They were
Like,
very musical.
Great fucking band. So I don't
Yeah,
want to leave
really
him
good
out.
band.
He deserves his mention also. Quite a legend.
Alternative Tentacles, wink, wink, wink.
That's right. So there you go. Okay, now we can probably hopefully move on.
Yep.
So Nick, this was your idea. So I'm gonna pitch it to you and let you lead the way, sir.
All right, so when I first started thinking about this fucking episode, it was just like, dude, how much has your music fucking sat there and fucking changed in order to get a bigger fucking crowd? When you had fucking punk rock ethos and now you're starting to just do mainstream media music. But as I did a little more research into this, I got fucked up because let's just say it's some of these bands who did you really sell out because, okay, wait, hold on. I'm all fucked up. Let me take Dropkick Murphys real quick. Are you mad at them for fucking supporting Sam Adams?
No, I don't think so.
I mean, they're a Boston band. It's a fucking Boston beer, and I'm sure they drank the fuck out of that shit. Are they changing their music to fucking do any of that? Yeah, 50-50 on that.
Okay.
It depends who you ask.
It's absolutely.
Yeah.
But I'm not mad at them for just going, hey, we're going to support this fucking brand. And, that's okay, because, we use that brand. The Ramones did a fucking thing for fucking Steel 11. Malt liquor. Is that selling out? Or is it that they didn't have the fucking right contract where it was the labels that's like going, yo, we actually own this shit. and we'll put it to fucking whatever we want it to. Did the Ramones ever drink Steel Reserve? I don't fucking know. But
I know I did.
Is it a good look? I don't know. Transplants.
There you go.
It's super group with fucking Tim Armstrong and fucking Travis Barker and fucking Skinhead Rob. And they did fucking the Pantier fucking commercial. Is that selling out?
Forgot about the Pantene commercial. You're right.
Dude, I mean, there's so many of these fucking bands that you can consider them fucking sellouts because their music went to fucking commercials. Do they actually have the ownership over the rights of their fucking music, or does the fucking label have it? And they could sell it and do whatever they want. I mean, it's real fucking fine line about this whole fucking sellout thing. Like, let me use Rancid as a fucking example real quick. Fall Back Down album. That was their one that they went fucking major label. They got distributed by Warner Brothers. They did not put fucking Warner Brothers logo on fucking any of those albums though. There's a fucking real fine line there. It's like, do we want to get our fucking music out to the masses? Or I don't know, I mean it's just a fucking weird kind of funk to me.
You mentioned Warner Brothers, which I would argue major label signing to a major label doesn't really guarantee you immediate success, because Kenny and I did an episode. We did the Husker Du ranking, if you remember, Kenny, and they signed to Warner Brothers. But
Correct.
the difference was at that time, the label gave them creative freedom to do whatever they wanted, and they did that. And
yes, they did.
even by signing to a major label, right, they didn't sell a fucking thing. I mean, it sold pretty well for their day, right?
That's definitely the exception that proves the rule, though.
No, I think. Absolutely, no. It doesn't change
the labels. Don't hand that out.
You're right. It doesn't change the norm. But since you mentioned Warner Brothers, I
fair.
threw that in.
Fair, very fair. It's proof that it can be done.
Yeah, it can be done. It's one of the very few cases. But Nick is right. It doesn't change the norm. I guess with Rancid, I think they didn't have the Warner Brothers label on that album, did they? So I think I had that album. I had that album, and I don't remember ever seeing it. But it did say it was on Warner Brothers. It just didn't have the Warner Brothers logo.
You're absolutely correct, sir. Look, you had the guys from Good Charlotte on that album. You had fucking Kelly Osbourne on there, which was fucking a very big thing. I mean, did they kind of sell out? You're sitting there fucking going towards super popular. I mean, yes, they already had the fucking big thing with the whole fucking Out Comes the Wolves album and all that shit. They're playing fucking Saturday Night Live. Are you gonna call them a sellout for doing that? I don't know. I mean, God damn it, I'm 44 years old. It's on a scale of 1 to 10 of a musician, I'm like a fucking 3.
I disagree.
If I had a chance to fucking make some goddamn money like that, fuck yeah, I'd do it.
Yeah.
You know what?
Based on what I've heard on the Poison Anthem album, you're not a 3.
Not a 3.
You're way more than that. Way more than that.
That's what 10 bass players say. But
yeah.
I got my whole dissertation that will address that. But I'm gonna let you Jose. I'm gonna let you go for a little while. You got well let Nick finish whatever he's got. Jose, you can take off for a while, and then I'll go into my spiel.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead, Jose.
All right.
Yes, I'm a little bit younger, and yes, I've also been listening to music pretty much my entire life. And when I was a lot younger, because I moved out at 18 and stuff, and been almost half my life on my own, right? So maturity comes with that. And prior to that, the point I want to make prior to that was, to me, selling out was, I mean, I don't want to give the usual suspects names out. A band like Metallica, like, you change your sound, like, you're a fucking sellout. You sold over 1 million copies, and that's what I used to think selling out was. But nowadays, I don't feel that way anymore. Does that mean I like the stuff looking back? To give, on the example I just gave? No, not at all. To answer your question as far as the Rancid thing, do I think they sold out? I'm not a Rancid fan. I won't get into that, and you guys already know how I feel. But
yes, no,
I look at it as a natural progression. Very tough to say.
Yes, sir.
Because I mean, you go back to Operation Ivy. I mean, they've earned the right. Half the guys in Rancid were fucking Operation Ivy, so they've Godfathers of ska punk, right? Along with, I mean, the Specials and Madness before them, obviously. But as far as ska punk goes, I mean, Operation Ivy, one of the Godfathers and not the Godfather. Based on that logic, because they've been in this game for so long and they're such a huge part of that scene. I feel like they've earned the right to naturally progress wherever whatever they decide to do, whether or not it was by force or someone, whispered in their ear and said, "Oh, you have to do this or that." I don't really feel like it. When you look at a guy like Lars Fredrickson, he does whatever the fuck he wants,
Yes, he does.
He does whatever the fuck he wants. He works with the people he wants to work with.
And that's it. I mean, he
And
has
that's
fun,
it.
he fucking does his goddamn thing, and
Exactly.
that's it.
So, well, what does selling out mean to me? I mean, lots of different things, being forced to do something as one of my godfathers, Henry Rollins, once said, being forced to record something you didn't want to do. And there's a whole YouTube video out there on Henry Rollins about selling out, the concept of selling out. I agree with a lot about what he says. And I look at a band like, for example, speaking of selling out, I don't feel this way, but a band like Rise Against, who I'm really good friends with. No, I'm really good friends with the singer.
I love them.
I love Rise Against. And I'm not just biased because they're from Chicago and everything, but I've always said, even on the Facebook page, I mean, we've been around for 10 years, and go back to my earlier posts and you'll see what I'm about to say. Because I've known those guys for so long and they've been in this again, like Rancid and Operation Ivy before them, in the punk world for a long time. They've earned, Rise Against at the very least, have earned every bit of success they have to this day. They worked their ass off. Like I said, I'm real good friends with the singer. I remember when they had, when they put out their shoe with Vans. You know what I mean? That was early on. I had a pair of those shoes back when I, used to skate full time. They're one of the first bands to put out an all vegan shoe. You know what I mean? Before the Beastie Boys did with Adidas. And we're counting Beastie Boys because, they were punk rock before they became hip hop. A lot of people don't know that. But Rise Against, I do not think they sold out. A lot of people in Chicago accuse them of selling out. I disagree 1,000%. I think every bit of blood, sweat, and tears that band has put all their heart and soul into the scene, they deserve their success.
Okay.
And more power. Yeah, go ahead.
Here's my thing. I think Rise Against and AFI did the same thing. They started off hardcore.
Yes, they did.
And they decided they wanted to move on musically and just do something fucking different. Did both of those bands move away from those hardcore ethos?
Ethos.
Yes, sir. Yeah, but I mean, they're still making fucking great music.
Both of those bands would have sounded like the music they became if that music would have been there to begin with. You know what I mean? Like if that style of music that they changed to would have existed to begin with, that's probably what they would have been, because I feel like it fit them both, especially AFI. Like emo came up later and it like totally fit the fuck out of them. And I'm like, wow, I bet if that existed in the beginning, that's probably what they would have been. Because I feel like there was a natural progression for what they both wanted there. And at the beginning, hardcore is hardcore. It fits your rebellious fuck everything attitude. And then later there's some nuance and there's some different feelings there, and you're older, and it's like, well, I want to express this a different way. And I think music came along that fit what they felt. And that's what I had said during the AFI thing. And I'm like, I don't feel like they sold out, or, I feel like, especially if you read the lyrics weren't like hardcore and shit. Their lyrics always were kind of about feelings and relationships and stuff from the beginning.
Introspective.
So I feel like they would have kind of been that if it would have existed to begin with.
Yeah. Maybe I think always said the fucking things like, dude, I don't want to be 40 years old and fucking sing songs about fucking cereal anymore.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, I get that. So you don't have to fucking do that song. But I mean, once every 10 years, because come on, throw us a fucking bone for us who've been around that fucking long.
Yeah, you gotta pay the bills though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I will say, as far as the biggest sellout band, as much as I hate Rancid, there's only one band that I hate even more that I just don't like. And I think they're the biggest sellouts of all. Maybe guys might disagree. And sorry to anyone who's a fan of this band, is Blink 182. God damn, man.
No,
Blink 182 is as shallow and superficial as you can get.
Yeah. I think so.
Tom DeLonge is a whack job, dude.
I would like to thank Tom DeLonge for being a part of Disclosure. Thank you, sir.
Exactly. Travis Barker cannot play a shit. I know Nick's seen Blink 182 live, so he knows where I'm coming from with this live.
I've seen them like 5 times.
Horrible live. Oh my god, dude. Tom DeLonge.
I can't speak to that. I don't think Travis is a bad drummer. I think he's an overrated drummer. I think people that don't know what great drummers are think he's amazing.
Well, you said this
totally
about
agree with that.
you said this about Green Day. So take a guy like Trey Cool, and then you put him up against Travis Barker.
Oh,
Trey Cool will run circles around Travis
Yeah.
Barker.
He'll dog walk that dude.
Doesn't even have to try. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Dude, and people say, "Oh, Blink 182 are the godfathers of pop punk." Excuse me, the Descendants,
Oh,
no effects. They might want to have a word with you.
No.
No effects.
That's just those motherfuckers who don't fucking know.
Yeah.
There's
up
more
to us to sit there and teach them about them.
Yeah.
There's more songwriting talent in one member of NoFX than there is on the entire Blink 182 lineup.
Oh God, yeah.
And yes, I listen to Cheshire Cat. I've listened to Dude Ranch. They do nothing for me. And then Enema of the State Forward, like take off your pants and shoes and pants. Oh, ring.
One of the things when I was doing the research today was Enema of the State was like their sellout album.
It was
Take
huge.
off your shoes and pants.
That was the one that they went to a major label on.
It blew up.
Well, yeah, because they have the fucking the money and the fucking A&R and all the fucking shit to sit there fucking promote it to fucking put it up there.
Think about it. How much does your sound have to change when you recruit a guy like Travis Barker? Because that was his first album, I believe, was Enema of the State, wasn't it? Because he replaced the original drummer on Dude Ranch, Scott, right? They fired him over the phone because he wouldn't go to rehab. And then you get a guy like Travis Barker and your sound changes for the fucking worst. I'll give Dude Ranch and Cheshire Cat some credit. It's kind of heavy, but it does nothing for me at the end of the day.
I mean, Dude was in the Aquabats first.
Exactly. And then, I mean, speaking of Tom DeLonge.
No disrespect to the Aquabats.
I'm about to say, that wasn't a cheap shot at the Aquabats, was it? Because those dudes are fucking geniuses.
Not at all. aside from the fact that, Tom DeLonge is a nutcase, his heart's not in it. And how do you prove this? I mean, I'm not a fan of his other band. Was it Angels and Airwaves? But you listen to a band like that. You listen to a band like that, and you can tell where Tom's heart is. It's not in Blink 182, at least not anymore. It's in shit like that.
Was it Angels and Airwaves or was it Boxcar Racer? Because I mean, they both split off and fucking had.
I think it was Angels and Airwaves.
I just don't remember.
Boxcar Racer was the other one. I don't know him very well.
I don't listen to none of that shit. I have no idea.
I don't know them very well either. I've heard.
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah, I've heard the one song, and
I got nothing.
Whatever. Jesus fucking Christ. And then Blink fans are some of the funniest creatures on this planet because Blink fans are interesting because Blink fans will sit there and say to me or say to you, "Oh, all their shit sounds the same." And then, three Doritos later, they change their sound. They changed their sound for the worse. Like, well, what the fuck do you want?
that happens with a lot of fan bases. I mean, everybody's fickle.
A lot of people don't like it for the game vocal shit, and that I don't mind that because I love I listen to punk rock. Most of it's gay. Call and response. Game vocals. I love that shit. But Blink
I love that shit.
I love that shit too.
Well, it's a punk staple. You have to have it.
Blink is fucking formulaic, man. At least to my ears, I don't get it. I never will.
To me, it was too goddamn polished, and I don't know.
I've tried.
That kind of shit made me hate NoFX without even listening to them, because everybody would mention NoFX as pop punk, and I heard Blink 182 first, kind of, and I'm like, well, that's what that shit is.
No.
Pass, thanks. And that's the sole reason I never listened to NoFX. I'm dead serious, because I come from metal and hardcore and death metal and punk, hardcore punk shit. And I didn't really, bop into pop punk as it came up. I'm already just listening to death metal all the time. And so, as it come up, I just Blink 182 comes out of nowhere as an MTV, and I'm like, fuck all this. And NoFX I never really heard. And people are like, oh, it's pop punk. And I'm like, no thanks. So that's why I never got around to them.
A lot of people throw that term pop punk too loosely, right? Like it's derogatory, but
it's not a derogatory term. Pop itself is not a bad word.
No Use for a Name is actually a really good band. You know what I mean? No offense.
Dr. Frank.
Yes, sir.
NoFX is fucking amazing, right?
Dr. Frank, the Mr. T Experience. Oh,
yeah. I mean,
God shit right there, man. God tier.
The Descendants are probably the forefathers of fucking pop punk. I mean, they're
absolutely.
I don't know, man. Just selling out to me just means like, I guess you can throw many terms. Formulaic, something that's formulaic, something that's just sounds forced, insincere. These are all terms that I use to basically sum up Blink 182. So it's probably been done before. You probably are a sellout without even actually selling out. You're just a sellout because you're a copy of a copy, if that makes any sense.
Totally.
I mean, I guess what I'm coming down to is if you're just going into it to fucking sit there and fucking make money real quick, hey, that's you as a band. Let's hurry up and fucking get that fucking cash cow real quick.
Yeah.
Stop this game and then fucking move on.
And that's why I had wrote it the way I did with all this. Go ahead.
You have bands like fucking Bad Religion that have not fucking really changed their fucking sound at all.
No.
Not at all.
Did they go to a fucking major label?
Geffen, right?
And dude, it's how sweet was that fucking deal when it's like, yo, the homie in your fucking band fucking has your fucking record label that you're already on. And you're just gonna go, oh, we're gonna go to a fucking major.
But see, there again, too, you have that label, that respect you, kind of like Husker Du had, where they like let them go to a major, but also kind of let them be themselves and didn't try to change them that much. You know, you got to lay that foundation of respect first, though. You know.
Hey, you go to fucking Big Papi and see how they're gonna treat you, and then come running back to me going, "Hey,
yeah, remember me?"
Well, right. I don't think anyone's gonna tell Greg Graffin what to do anyway. At the end of the day, right? So,
not at all.
No.
No, but he let them be themselves.
Exactly.
Or Fat Mike with fucking goddamn Fat Records. You know, I mean, you ain't gonna really tell him shit.
Yeah,
no, but you know he's gonna respect whoever he signs, probably.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, if I may step in, like I said, I had wrote my little bullshit here, so I'll spiel away, and I'm gonna kind of tread through shit you've kind of already said somewhat. But like this is what I had messaged Nick when he had kind of pitched this idea to me in the messenger. I had said, if a million people find you because you're great, then it's because you're great. But if you change your sound and play music you don't like just to get to a million people, well, then you're a fucking sellout. And as a matter of fact, Fat Mike said pretty much the exact same thing in a quote that I found on the internet, so I'm sure it's true. Where he said Green Day didn't sell out. None of those bands did. They're playing their style of music, and it finally got popular. There's no selling out. Selling out's when you change your style just to play music that people like. I don't know. Do y'all consider Green Day sellouts? Go for that one for a minute. Chew on that for a second.
No.
Yes.
Oh.
To a degree. Yes. I'll let Nick say it, but yeah.
I mean,
American Idiot.
Personally, it's a great album. I'm not fucking shitting on it at all. But at the same time, Jesus fuck, look at Dookie, which was like their biggest fucking money maker, and then now you're fucking doing some goddamn. I want to say this respectfully. You're doing a musical. You're trying to become Android Lord Webster or fucking some shit like that, but still has some fucking punk rock fucking ethos to it. They're not the first people to fucking do it. I mean, Rancid's fucking done it. There's been several other bands that fucking try to do this fucking musical fucking punk rock fucking thing. I mean, hell, fucking NoFX actually fucking made a fucking musical, which is amazing. If anybody's look it up on YouTube.
It's pretty good, yeah. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty good.
And I hate musicals. As much as a musician I am, I can't get into them.
No Sound of Music for you.
The hills are
unless you kick me in the fucking huevos, it's just like, yo, I get it now. Yeah,
I have some exceptions. Like the Blues Brothers is my favorite film, so I'll give the exception to that. But
I don't know if I'm going to consider the Blues Brothers a musical.
It's a comedy film. It's a comedy film. It's a comedy film with musical numbers. Actual good music.
A musical is like where they're telling a story through fucking songs constantly.
Oh, like Chicago and shit? Yeah.
Yeah. Like Hairspray.
I was about to say, Jose, is this a Chicago thing just because?
No. I live in Chicago and I hate that musical. Fuck that shit. Fuck Chicago. Fuck Chicago.
Why do I know all
man.
these songs? That's bad.
Fuck that musical. I'm just saying, it's horrible.
I guess the argument kind of comes from whether or not you can tell, or like, are bands playing music that they want to be playing? Because some people are like, oh no, this is totally the direction we wanted to take. You know, and like, do you believe them?
Okay, I'm going to say, long story short, with me, there are several bands that I like that have not fucking changed up their shit at all.
Yeah.
They've been doing it since the fucking 90s. Pennywise.
Yeah.
Yep.
They haven't changed their shit up.
No, not at all.
They're also not headlining an arena tour near you.
No, but you
I
go
don't
see
give
them
a fuck.
live. You go see them live. They're
That's what I'm
still.
saying, they're not as, you know.
You go see them live now. They're still tight as fuck.
Sure.
I'm going to throw out Bad Religion too. Yes, they
Not
have
bad.
changed up a little bit. It's just because they've got a little bit older, they can't play as fast.
Yeah. Right.
But
I'm about to say, well, fuck, we're old, man.
it's still the same shit, and I fucking love it. I understand when some of these bands, like Green Day or AFI or fucking Rise Against, or it's you want to progress as a fucking band and do other fucking shit musically wise. I get it, but these dudes, like the Descendants, like fucking everybody else, like that, you can still fucking keep fucking doing your same goddamn shit, and it's fucking good. If you wrote this song fucking 20 years ago, or fucking you wrote it yesterday, it still sounds like the same song, and we love it.
Which begs my question to you, Nick, and maybe to Kenny as well. I guess you guys are. I mean, I know Nick is a big fan like myself. The Offspring, did they sell out?
I'm 50-50 on that.
Yeah, I'm kind of on that too.
And that kind of leads to where I was going. Like I said, like you gotta kind of decide whether or not this band is really playing music they want to be playing or not. They seem like it, but are they? Are they doing this just to get fucking on MTV, or are they doing this because this is a natural progression of what they wanted to do?
I don't think they want to get on MTV anymore because I'm talking about
then when they got big. No, not
you know?
now. Obviously, they'd have to get pregnant at 15 to get on MTV now. I'm just saying. Nobody wants to get an MTV right now. Shit's bad.
With the Offspring, Smash is great, objectively and subjectively speaking. It's a great album. Ixnay, underrated as shit. Also great.
Which Ixnay was their fucking major label debut.
Yeah, but it's a great album. It's really good.
Oh, yes, it was.
Great
Absolutely. I think it's so underrated, actually.
Oh, very. But
I mean, Smash is the one that fucking everybody let them know about, but everybody slept on fucking Ixnay.
It's so unfair on Ixnay, right? Because before that, you have Smash, Smash is huge. And then Americana after that?
So that's where you start questioning it. And there's good songs on that.
Americana's got some great songs. The Kids Aren't Alright is an all-time classic.
And that's like I guess like a staple punk song that is, man.
Dude, if that shit comes on right now, I'm turning up, man. Kids Aren't Alright is amazing.
I got a dude that plays that shit at the shop like all the time, and I'm never mad about it.
Yeah, Kids Aren't Alright's amazing, man. That's like one of the greatest, whether you want to call it pop punk, skate punk, or just punk rock songs, period. One of the best songs, period. Still relevant today.
Something I had wrote down here is
how would you call that? How would you call that album?
That's what I'm saying. That's where that album in particular is where you got to start questioning the Offspring a little bit, to be honest.
I mean, it's because they're kind of all over the place.
I would say the next one, Conspiracy of One, that's where I start to question.
Americana to me, where I was, I got that on cassette because I was still buying cassettes as much as possible because I was a cheap ass. And I was
Americana,
like, man, I don't know.
I'm not a huge fan of that one, but it's got some bangers.
Oh, it does.
Bangers that hit. You know,
yeah.
I just said, Kids
but like,
Aren't
there's
Alright.
some shit on there. It's like,
yeah,
I don't know if they want to be doing this.
Pretty Fly for a White Guy. I don't want to hear that
after that, it's pretty clear. Yeah,
their novelty songs are just.
That's what I'm saying. But like, it's got some humor. You can understand it coming from them. So it's like, is it just them kind of doing their thing, or is it?
Wait, did Americana have "Why Don't You Get a Job"? Because that song is awful.
I think so. That might be why in my head that I'm saying that.
Yeah, that might be the question mark.
Yeah, it's on Americana.
That song
that is
hilarious as fuck.
That's on Americana. Yes, that's on Americana.
Yeah, one of the worst songs I've ever listened to in my life.
That is. So there you go. That's what I'm saying. You got to that is the album where I started questioning him a little bit.
But kids are right.
They just needed fucking shit on a song real quick to fucking keep the label happy. Yeah. They went fucking 10 minutes and hey, let's keep getting paid our fucking money and pump up one shit fucking song.
This is where I put something that I wrote down here. I said no one picked up an instrument with dreams of being unknown. Like you don't pick up a guitar thinking, man, I hope I'm only known to a couple of people. Success shouldn't be frowned upon. I don't think it should be. It's just a matter of, like I said, it's just a matter of that argument of like, are these people playing music they really want to be playing, or are they just caught up in trying to keep making money? And there's nothing against hey, if you're making money, bro, do you? It's just, but the music, you can't expect us to follow along sometimes.
Very hard to constitute what is sellout, because I mean, by definition, you would have to call Nirvana a sellout, right? Even though they're not really punk rock, but
he didn't want that in a way, did he? But or did they? I mean, goddamn, they're everywhere.
But I feel like Nirvana, never mind as big as that album is, I feel like they were still making music they wanted to make. It just so happens that it blew up and thankfully killed glam.
Well, look at the part of the letter I shared in the group. Go to Punk Hardcore Crossover Crib Facebook group. I'm gonna be a sellout right quick. Go join the group. But, I shared a page of the letter that Steve Albini sent to Nirvana for Utero or Utero. I don't know. Sent to that fucking album they did. And he told them straight up, he's like, I think you should do what y'all have always done. Get in there, bang the album up, and get out of there. If you're considering listening to your label and taking a long time to do it, I don't want no fucking part of it. But if you really want to get in there, be raw about it. Let the fucking whatever your band is now, let the album sound like you. Then I'm in. Going back to Steve Albini, but that's something he told them. Fuck what the label wants, man. Do what you want to do. Because they were sending him a thing saying, we want to get in there, bang the album out in like a couple days, and we want you to do it. He's like, cool, if that's what you want to do, awesome. But I'm going to tell you now, y'all are fucking huge. This is your next big album. The label's going to want to drag this out. They're going to let you do that, but then they're going to come back and be like, well, maybe we should do this. Well, maybe we should do that. Maybe we should add this. And they're going to want to drag it out on you. And I'm going to tell you now, if they do it, I don't want a fucking part of it.
I'm only
if we do this,
Nirvana.
shit that motherfucker out. Let's go.
I'm only mentioning Nirvana because they're so close to punk rock. It's not even funny. If you look back now, I mean, you have the connection to.
Well, we're at the end of the episode where we devolve from the topic anyway.
No, I mean it makes sense. No, we're still on the topic of selling out. Like
we devolve from punk is what I'm saying.
Success doesn't equal selling out. Depends how you look at it, right?
Correct.
Certain things, yes. Not all of it.
What about this?
Right?
Huh? What about my for everyone? I'm on purpose wearing my Misfit shirt I bought at Walmart. What about the girl at fucking the mall that's wearing that Ramones shirt? What about the chick I walked up to and said, "Hey, I like the Misfits," because she was wearing a Misfits beanie and she dead stared at me and went, "Who?"
Fuck a hype piece. Fuck a hype piece.
Go ahead. Did you try to teach her about who the fuck is that? It's like, oh, sweetie, let me tell you a story.
Nah, she was just
without being fucking creepy dude or anything like that. It's just like, no, let me just teach you about some music real quick.
I just said it's a band. I'm sorry, and I just left because she was repulsed, and that's okay. I get that a lot.
Well, that's fair.
I find it hard to say anything bad about the Misfits because I adore the Misfits so much.
But I got this at Walmart, and yes, fuck you, I bought one. I'm gonna buy another one for work.
Fuck Walmart.
Get your band shirts where the fuck you can.
You know what?
Yeah, get them wherever you can. But I'm just saying, as a company, fuck Walmart. I will never spend a dime on Walmart.
I bought my Coors Light there.
Side note: they treat their employees like shit. Fuck Walmart.
Man, my sister's been working there since I can fucking remember, so I know.
Back before Walmart was cool. Okay.
I'm just saying. I'm just bringing up the you
gotta do what you gotta do.
That's another area of this. All the bands that have shirts widely available out there like that, and chain stores, Target, and whatever the fuck else.
Absolutely. No, but I mean, does a Pantene commercial make you? Who did the Pantene commercial? Was that Rancid? You said, or was that was
the Transplants?
Yeah,
I don't fucking remember that.
I forgot about that. Yeah, there you go.
Do. Ooh.
Nah, probably. I'll Google it.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that band. I have seen them live.
No, it's it's the transplants was not that bad of a fucking side project. It's a little something to fucking make you happy for like 10 minutes.
Side project of who?
Travis Barker.
Oh,
Travis Barker. And who else?
Tim Armstrong.
Tim Armstrong,
okay.
yeah.
And there was this other dude his name is Skinhead Rob. He's been in a couple fucking hardcore bands for fucking New York. Crown of Thorns.
Oh yeah, Crown of Thorns.
Yeah.
Lord Ezek. I love
that's
Crown
what he
of
was
Thorns.
going. He was going by that name at the time. He was going by Skinhead Rob.
Lord Ezek.
Well, yeah, he used to be a roadie for fucking Rancid, and that's how they all fucking got together and did the transplants.
Interesting.
They had a hip hop styles to them, I remember.
Interesting.
They had like a hip hop swing to their sound.
They had a couple of those songs.
Yeah. It's like new metal before new metal.
What's the guys from SOS? Shit, I don't remember it off the top of my head. I apologize. Yeah.
No, I hear you.
I would sell out. Who would you sell out to? That's a fun conversation. Who? What would it take? Who are y'all selling out to?
I got two real quick. Jameson or PBR.
Okay. Oh shit. I was about to say, Coors Light.
Is it selling out if you actually use the product? Like, you can't be mad at Dropkick Murphy for fucking drinking Saturn apples.
Speaking of PBRs, though, Obituary, when I go see them, if they have them, they have these little coolers with the fucking cause of death logo on it, and it comes with it comes with like a fucking case of fucking PBR in it, and if it's there, I'm fucking buying it.
That's funny.
And I'm gonna drink them motherfuckers because we got a hotel room that night, like up the street. I tried bringing this up like 3 times, Nick. When we were talking about this fucking episode we were doing somewhat, you had brought up the Dead Kennedys versus Jello Biafra. Do we want to touch on that or not?
The Scab Kennedys?
Because I got 2 pages of notes on that shit because it's me. We could do the Dead Kennedys if you want.
No, I would like to hold on to that because I think that could be a whole episode in itself.
Oh, that could be.
I understand both sides. We just need to fucking like deep dive into both of them.
That sounds great. I would love that. I got 2 pages started. I love that. I love that idea. Here's some fun stuff I wrote down. Rage Against the Machine. They're punk adjacent because they're so political.
I love Rage, but they are sellouts. I'm just gonna go ahead and say that right now. They're big, huge sellouts. Especially Tom Morello. Jesus Christ.
Oh, that motherfucker. Hey, I was watching that Kiss documentary they did a while back. That dude was
I
slobbering
saw that.
all over
Yeah,
Kiss.
I saw
I'm like, Kiss
that.
is the most capitalistic band on the face of the planet, Mr. Anti-Capitalism. Fuck you. And then they're like, their reunion tour all
Kiss
over
literally
fucking...
Kiss literally just sold out. I mean, they sold their catalog for, what was it, 300 million? And then Gene comes out right away and says, oh yeah, it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about the money. Of course it was. Yeah. Who are you kidding?
Yeah.
I love
it. And then they got in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
He calls his kid Nickel.
What?
He calls his kid Nickel.
Dude, I love Kiss, but Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
Oh no!
Speaking of sellouts. Speaking of sellouts.
I fucking hate Kiss.
Kiss is not a sellout because they admitted from the beginning they were trying to fucking be the biggest band on the face of the planet. They're not a sellout at all. They didn't lie to you and say, no, we have artistic integrity. No, they're straight up telling you we're going to be the biggest thing ever and sell you everything we can sell you. They tell you that from day one. They were trying to sell you fucking shit from day one.
Yeah, if you're
I
upfront
am okay with that.
There's no selling out when they were telling you, like, we want to be the biggest band on the face of the planet. Fuck everything. They're selling you from the beginning. We're selling you fucking condoms and coffins, getting you coming and going.
Jesus, fuck, you beat me to it.
That's a fucking
condoms,
Gene Simmons quote.
Yeah, the condoms.
Straight up.
Fuck that photo, but at the same time, yes, that is brilliant.
Never lied. Brilliant. Never lied about it.
That's brilliant.
Yes.
Now, so like, I hate the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Hate them.
Don't even get me started.
Hate them. But the only thing I've ever voted for, ever, because they started putting the fan vote where you could vote for shit to go in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. The only thing I have personally ever voted for was for Rage Against the Machine to get in, just because I thought it'd be fucking hilarious if Rage Against the Machine was in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, which is the machine of music. So I totally went out there and voted for it. They got in like a couple years later. It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm voting for that. That's amazing. I want the machine.
They're actually in?
Yeah, they're in. They're in.
To be fair, Morello's the only one that showed up to accept it because the rest of the band wouldn't. But they're still sellouts. Fuck them too.
What is the drummer's name, dude? He played on 13.
I don't know.
My
Brad
God.
Wilkinson.
Oh, good job.
Not him. Is it really him? No.
Oh, fucking
Yes.
You want me to Google it?
The guy that played on Sabbath 13. God damn. He was in Rage.
Well, the drummer from Rage is Brad Wilkinson. Like,
I'm pretty sure you're right. Yeah, for sure. Let me just confirm real fast. Brad Wilk. Yep, from Rage.
Oh, there you
He
go.
just added the Kinson at the end, but that we'll go with that.
Right. Yeah. Wow, he's faster than me. Yeah, that is him.
Super safe, as basic as you can get. Yes, Rage is a sellout band. I still love Rage. I still listen to Rage, but
They were on a major
they're a
label
sellout.
from day one.
yeah,
Fuck off.
yeah.
Now, still, they were getting the message out and, whatever on that. But your reunion tours get beyond Coachella. Fuck you.
Other bands have done it bigger, and other bands have done it better, getting that message out.
I wrote that down just to fuck with them because I like fucking with them.
7 Seconds did it better.
There you go. Well, obviously.
I love Rage, but fuck
I like
Rage.
I like the Empire album. I always liked the Empire album by Rage. Ain't gonna lie.
Empire's great.
I like the Empire. I bought that on cassette.
Yeah, they're what's their covers album? The last thing they did?
Oh, dude, I'll put this out to everyone. Go out there. There's a tribute to Ozzy album. And if you go on YouTube, I'll share it to the group. There's a tribute to Ozzy album with a bunch of people. And one of them is Serge from System of a Down and Tom Morello on guitar. And he tries to do Randy Rhoads' fucking guitar solo for Crazy Train. Oh my God, it's fucking hilarious, dude.
I bet that didn't go.
It is so fucking an epic fail. It's absolutely just, it's so fucking funny. I'm gonna have to share that to all you guys. I'm gonna timestamp the guitar solo. It's fucking phenomenal. Oh my God.
That's gotta be hilarious. I mean,
dude, why even put yourself in that situation? You know you're not that good.
Dude's almost 70 and he tried doing that.
I like Tom Morello. I'm sorry, no. I like Rage Against the Machine. Tom Morello sucks as a guitar player. But way back when I was younger, I always wondered why this motherfucker was in my guitar magazines. He sucks shit as a guitar player. He's really cool. He does really cool shit with effect pedals because I'm an effect pedal nerd. I got hundreds of them. I get that. He does cool shit with that, but my God, what a shit guitar player. If you take his pedal board away from him, it's just fucking single notes. I'm not sure he can form a chord.
That Randy Rhoads kid, he's got potential.
He's all right.
Got potential.
My third favorite Ozzy guitarist. Ooh, dropping bombs.
I think I like Jakey Leaf more.
Jakey Lee's my guy, and I'm a big Zakk Wylde fan. I don't care what anyone says.
I do love Badlands. That shit is good.
Love Zakk Wylde. So
Zakk Wylde's great.
Randy's third. Even though, as I said before, got me a Randy Rhoads fee. It's not all hate. Oh shit. No, yeah, I think Nick's mic is not working at the moment.
Songs about fucking, I just gotta say, it changed my life.
Oh man, what a fucking masterpiece! The album art? Do you know where that album art of the little chick comes from?
The album art of what, dude? The chick.
The songs about fucking album art.
The chick laying down.
Yeah, you know where that comes from?
It was an ad, wasn't it?
No,
originally?
dude. Comic book nerd time. Oh well, I got this fucking different background.
Oh, was it a comic strip?
It's a fucking manga. That's some Japanese manga shit.
See, I'm a big anime fan. Even I didn't know that. That's interesting. Pardon the lack of. I was gonna wear the big black shirt, but I realized I wore it yesterday when you posted the whole thing about. Dude, I gotta say, while we're on there, you scared the living piss out of me, Kenny, because I thought that was Milo for a second. My heart sank big time.
Yeah.
I was like, no way. Please don't tell me that Milo's dead. Dude, I nearly lost it, man. But then I saw it with Steve Albini. I still kind of lost it. But
yeah,
I wore the shirt yesterday after you said that he had passed, and I checked and I wore it. But no, man, huge loss.
Yeah, I'm not gonna not gonna sit here and pretend, like he was the hugest dude ever for me or anything.
No, he's not the biggest ever, obviously.
But like, wow, big news. His like I said, his credits are endless. And again, for Jesus Lizard alone, fucking Albini's God.
Pixie Surfer Rosa.
Yeah, man. And like I told you, I'm deep diving PJ Harvey now, listening to that at work, man. That shit's legit.
You like that shit? I love that shit.
I like her, man. She's cool. Never got around to it before, but that's okay.
I should have put you on that. But I didn't think you'd be into it. It's very different.
No, I like that kind of shit. I think in the punk world, women that do it well, it really grabs me. And, I like Riot Girl shit. I like Bikini Kill and shit. And that's where female shit really grabs me, man, is in the punk world and stuff. So, yeah, that kind of stuff. The Donnas, fucking, my love of Tori, of course. Yeah. She's, again, I feel like punk adjacent just in attitude alone.
Go Sonic Youth. I mean, the Slits, obviously.
And fucking, we did the whole women episode. Go look that shit up.
Yeah, go check that out. But no, PJ Harvey, we mentioned that
because. But PJ Harvey, I had not really got into her yet. I for some reason never went there. I don't know why. No hate or nothing. I just never got around to it.
But she's good.
I saw the everyone talking about. So I went once he passed. I went through Twitter, X, whatever. And I'm scrolling, like, my whole shit's just Steve Albini. And it's, like, fun little clips of him talking and shit. I shared the Nardwuar on fucking...
Dude, in the group I love Nardwuar.
Oh, my God. Nardwuar and Steve Albini's fantastic.
Dude, that's legendary, man.
He's like, I agree.
I agree.
All the things you were saying are true. He just doesn't know what to do with him.
The Nardwuar one is legendary.
But Nardwuar now they'll pull out a record on him. He's like, "Oh shit, you know your shit," and he's back to me.
Yeah,
whatever. But
yeah, I laugh at Nardwuar, but Nardwuar knows his shit.
He knows his shit, dude. Knows his shit.
He knows his shit for sure.
But I was digging through Twitter and shit, and just everyone's mentioning PJ Harvey. Everyone. So I'm like, fuck it. I mean, you know what? I'm just bouncing around the house,
PJ's good.
Washing dishes and fucking around. So I'm like, fuck it. I'll listen to some PJ Harvey. I told him, I'm like, man, this album is fantastic.
Which one was it? The third one, right?
Well, he did Rid of Me. I pulled it off the top of my head without Googling. Rid of Me.
Rid of Me, yeah. I think so, yeah.
He did Rid of Me, which is the first one I went to. And
it's a good one.
Like, motherfucker, that's great. And then I went back to the one you told me, two of them you told me about.
Dry is my favorite.
Yeah, I would say it's probably better. Oh,
it's heavy.
The song Victory. My favorite song of hers by far. Victory is a killer ass song.
It's a great song. The other one I mentioned, what was it? Is This Desire? That's
I listened to a bit of it, and then my speaker died at work, and I just had to abandon it. But I listened to like 4 songs of it. It was good. I like the other 2 better.
Yeah, if you're into like Bjork and stuff, like really electronic stuff.
I do love Bjork, dude.
I love Bjork.
Again, man, my brother, like, he listened to death metal and all kind of weird shit, but he'd also get into Tory and weird stuff like that. Primus, and he had these weird ass albums, and the Bjork was another one we both kind of discovered on good MTV back before it was just pregnant teenage chicks. And yeah, Bjork was cool, man. He had some Bjork tapes. Yeah. we got some Bjork tapes together, and I'm like, fuck yeah, dude, Bjork was cool.
Bjork should have been on my bands and artists that I used to hate but now love, because Bjork took me a long time.
Always loved
Bjork
her.
Bjork took me a long time.
Always loved her. She's cool as shit.
But PJ Harvey's great.
She has that attitude, man. She has some weird experimental music and has a punk attitude.
Oh, I love it though. I love Bjork.
She's cool as fuck.
Yeah, I love Bjork,
weird shit. No. I love weird shit.
Very weird, very weird. But
I love that kind of. Give me that all offbeat weird shit like that. I love that.
Yeah, me too. But going back to PJ Harvey, she plays everything. She's like the prince of that.
And that's what's cool, man. That on top of knowing that, I haven't looked into it much, but knowing that on top of that she's that kind of person, that's fucking wow. That's a whole other level. I'm about to dig real deep on that. If she's that kind of a person, that's cool as fuck, man.
Yeah, she's like the prince of that. I don't know if you want to call it singer-songwriter, lo-fi, indie punk.
I'm all about that kind of shit. That's amazing.
Wow. Yeah, she's like an eclectic mix of like Elliott Smith meets Patti Smith meets.
I don't like him. I'm insanely late. I'm insanely late to the party here, but
yeah,
Super,
like
super love PJ Harvey at the moment.
Elliott Smith, Patti Smith, Bjork, and
Love Bjork.
Violent Femmes, and like what are the Meat Puppets,
Babes in Toyland, man.
Babes in Toyland. Yeah, like that sound. She's all over the place. So like she goes back to the heavy stuff every once in a while. And then
Yeah. PJ, to
electronic.
me, honestly, she did kind of remind me of Tori in a lot of ways when I was listening to her. A little bit more instrumental than piano, but she did remind me of Tori a lot vocally sometimes. And it kind of felt the same there.
Tori's good. I like Tori.
Tori is a goddess, man. Tori's my favorite of any of that stuff. I'm a massive Tori Amos fan. Y'all know that.
Don't let that don't let that distract you from the fact that "Ain't No Sunshine" is still Kenny's favorite song of all time. No matter what he says about Tori or Mississippi John Hurd or Obituary.
But if we're doing like top albums ever, and that'd be a lot, you know, I'm somewhere in my top 5, like Under the Pink's gonna be there. Under the Pink by Tori Amos is gonna be in like my top 3, I'm sure, as far as albums go, no matter what.
Tori Amos is good.
Off top.
I enjoy her sound. What the hell happened to Nick?
I messaged the thing.
Technically, things happen.
I'm about to say, I did message him like, dude, you okay?
And big ups on this sellout episode, because I mean, putting things into perspective about what selling out is and what it means to us versus what it meant to us back then, type deal. Very interesting. But you never answered the question: is the Misfits still sellout band?
Okay. The Misfits as a band, I don't think is. They didn't have a chance. No one even knew who they were when they were the Misfits. The Misfits didn't come around to, mass conscious until they didn't exist anymore.
Right, to Metallica.
Right.
Yeah.
So the Misfits, no. Certain individuals tied to the Misfits may be, and I don't think Glenn Danzig is one of them. Glenn did his own. That's
Jerry
right.
only.
Glenn Danzig did, Glenn Danzig band, and again, that shit was just so fucking good, it got around. I don't think Glenn Danzig changed what he wanted to do to suit any fucking body, and Mother's just a good fucking song. Yeah. The random motherfucker knows Mother because it's that fucking good. That shit's metal as fuck, dude. It's like core metal. The way Misfits were like core punk. Like, dude just had the thing, and I don't think Danzig's a sellout at all. Danzig has been Danzig from fucking day one, right? He hasn't changed a goddamn thing except I'm Danzig, motherfucker. And he's done different musical styles, but I still think it fits within some Danziggy shit. And it's not going to be played on radio for anyone. People tied to the Misfits have put that shit in Walmart, and that motherfucker's a sellout. But the Misfits, no.
Well, Jerry greenlights all that stuff, right?
Correct.
I think Danzig said, "Oh, you can use the name. Like, to me, it doesn't matter.
Yeah, for him, yeah. I mean,
it didn't matter to him. He was just like, yeah, go ahead and use the name. Like, that's how they got Michael Graves in and shit. And
how about you talk to the people for a minute? I'll be back.
So we were mentioning the Misfits, and going back to what I was saying to Kenny, what Jerry Only has done to this band, unfortunately, greenlighting shirts to be sold in Walmart, to be sold at your local Target or any of these big corporate venues. Sure, you can call that a sellout move, sadly, right? But with a band like the Misfits, obviously, Jerry Only doesn't co-sign on it. If he doesn't give his final word or his approval or his say in the matter, it ain't going out there. And we got to keep it a buck, right? On the other hand, yes, someone like Danzig has always been Danzig since day one. No, not a sellout at all. Then you talk about Doyle, who Kenny's back. Yay. You look at a guy like Doyle.
Sorry, what?
And I was just going to get into the fact that, yes, we're calling Jerry Only is a sellout, but then you look at Doyle, who's doing his own thing with his solo band, still out there recording and, doing what he wants to do away from the Misfits and them selling out, selling shirts at Target and Walmart and shit like that.
The Misfits. I bought one, Jerry. I bought one, bro. You got me. I bought one.
I have 90s versions of like Horror Business and
I doubt. I got the motherfucking Walmart one, bitch.
Thrift stores have been kind to me. That's how I get all these originals. Like the big black one that I showed you, I got that at a thrift store. $2.
Nice. I did. I got my first Cramp shirt at a thrift store.
I don't have a Cramp shirt yet.
That's
but
long
I would,
gone. But I wore it so much, there's just nothing left of it. My first Misfits shirt I had way back in the day. I bought that. I don't know where. It was good though. That was a good one. Probably early Rockabilia or something. Anyway, all right, man. We gotta shut this thing down. It's 10 o'clock. I gotta go die somewhere. So R.I.P. fucking Steve Albini.
and Gary Floyd as
R.I.P. fucking Dennis Thompson.
well. From the MC5.
R.I.P.
Gary Floyd.
Gary
from the
Floyd.
Dicks.
That's the name. I'm sorry, Gary.
From the Dicks. And of course, rest in peace to Mark of the Squealer himself, Mr. Eddie Sutton. You know, we did a tribute on him. Go back and listen to
We did a whole episode about that. I'm gonna say, I guess the rule of 3 is out the question.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, I don't want to say
technically they're not considering leeway because it's thrashy.
Still part of that punk and hardcore.
I know. I'm just like you can smash your Blink 182 CD and put it out front your fucking doorstep so Passover happens and no more punk legends die.
I have one as a coaster.
There you go. Well, go take it, go break it in a bunch of pieces and spread it at your doorstep so no more punk legends die. Because I don't want to do a fucking episode on any other cool people. And, I guess that's where we end it. No outro. We love you, Nick. I love you, man.
Exactly. We love you, Nick.